Hello YouTubers, this is part 2 to my video series. Briefly, what I want to talk about is, had some comments and stuff. Basically, oh, let me remind you, don't feed the trolls. Yes, important. Okay. A lot of people don't know this. You can research the information. In the past year and a half, there have been about 8 comets that have almost hit the Earth. The last one, which was about a month and a half ago, passed between the Moon and the Earth. Nobody knew anything about it until it was too late. The thing that people have to understand is that when Planet X enters our solar system, it has to go through the Kuiper Belt. Lots of objects in the Kuiper Belt that's going to hit, or the gravitational force of Planet X is going to push those out of the Kuiper Belt and send them on a direct collision course, into the Earth. Luckily, we've missed them so far. The other thing I want to talk about is the FEMA camps. Good messages that I've gotten from people. Very good questions. The purpose of the FEMA camps. Obviously the United States government can't come out and publicly announce that this is going to happen. People would just go crazy. I mean, you'd have your neighbors killing their neighbors, raping, just crazy stuff. So really, myself, I don't really want them to come out and admit it. But still, we still need to keep getting the information out there. But the purpose of the FEMA camps is, by the middle of 2011, it's going to be pretty apparent that they're not going to be able to hide this anymore, and people are going to start going crazy. The purpose of those FEMA camps is the people that aren't cooperative, running around killing each other, looting, raping, whatever they're doing. They're either going to be shot on sight, or they will be gathered up and taken to these FEMA camps. That's the main purpose of the FEMA camps. The other thing I wanted to talk about was just some quotes here from the Sumerian texts. This can be compared to the Bible. If you go research Zechariah Sitchin, the guy was no kook. I mean, the guy was a genius, and he deciphered the Sumerian texts, and they're an exact match to the present-day Bible. All the Bible is a series of books written by people that lived during those times. There's a book that just recently resurfaced called the Book of Enoch. The church can't dismiss Enoch's existence because he's mentioned in the New Testament and the Old Testament many, many times. The Book of Enoch resurfaced. They found it in a church that had been destroyed in Ethiopia, and there's copies of it on the internet. It's called how you spell it is Enoch. Now, here's a quote from the Sumerian text, which is also a match in the Bible. The Anunnaki saw the girls of the earth as beautiful, and took unto them as wives, and mated with them, and had children with them. Bible's interpretation is, the fallen angels saw the girls of the earth as beautiful, and took unto them as wives, and bore unto children of them. That's just one example of thousands of comparisons in the Bible. Basically, the Sumerians talk about the Anunnaki as genetically engineering humans for the purpose of mining gold. A lot of debate about that, but if you look at the evolutionary gap between humans and primates and back so forth and so forth, there's a huge gap where it does just appear that humans were just dropped on the earth and said, there you go, have fun. So just a lot of stuff here. The other thing I want to talk about is a lot of people have been mentioning on certain people's YouTube videos where they've been complaining that they can't view them, they're so slow. Well, YouTube is a pretty big company. If there was anybody that didn't want somebody's videos to be posted, they would just remove them, which is what they do. I've seen so many videos that were actually really good, really didn't violate any copyright infringement, where they get removed for things like violation of YouTube's terms of service, for copyright infringement, profanity, nudity, whatever. I'm going to show you guys a good website to go to. Whenever you guys are experiencing latency, pulling up people's YouTube videos, there's a website here. It's called internethealthreport.com. basically what these are here is these are all the major backbone providers. You have AT&T, Cogent, Level 3, NTT, Quest, Savvis, SBC, Sprint, Verizon, and XO. And then basically you have them over here where these are all their connections between all the major backbone providers. Now when you have a lot of latency going on, or if you try to go to a website, just pull up this website, and what you'll see is, right now here between NTT and Sprint, we've got a little bit of latency, but basically across the board is pretty clear. So when you're finding latency like that, if you just go to this website, if you're part of whoever your provider is, you can just go to a command prompt and type in tracer T and then a space, and then the website that you're trying to get to, the domain name, and then it'll list out all the hops, and it'll tell you, the latency of each hop, and then it'll tell you where the latency actually is between you and your YouTube connection. What I have been noticing here lately is there is a lot of internet activity going on. I don't know if it's a result of denial of service attacks from the wiki guys, but at any given day you'll go to this website and you'll just see red across the board on a lot of these backbone providers. I've kind of noticed it just when I try to get to like CNN or something. CNN starts pulling up real sluggish, and I'll go to this website and you'll see a lot of activity going on. Here you can also filter between last hour, last 4 hours, or the last 24 hours. So just kind of keep that in mind. It's a pretty good website to go to if you're having internet connectivity issues. No big conspiracy about why people's videos are loading slow and some are loading fast. The thing you have to realize is YouTube, they don't just have one server and one connection going into their establishment. YouTube has thousands of servers and thousands of lines. They've got a few OC 192 lines. If you want to research those, go Google them. Go Google it. They have some servers that are running on OC3s. So they have a lot of bandwidth from different providers going into their buildings. So it's not like everybody's videos are loaded on just one server. You'll have one server where somebody's video's loading good and there's no connectivity problems between the hops, and then you'll have another person's video happens to just be loaded on another server, and that server's overwhelmed at that particular time with a lot of the videos that it's got on their site. So YouTube, you gotta realize they're hosting millions and millions of videos, so no big conspiracy there. So just wanted to get that out there. I also want to apologize for the delay in this video. For the past week and a half I've been sick with that super virus that's been going around. I basically had strep throat, bronchitis, and walking pneumonia all at the same time, and then I got the stomach flu. So yeah, it really was not a very good week for me. So just wanted to let you guys know that. The other thing that I want to talk to you guys about is there's some videos that I've came across here recently that I'm going to be putting up on the website, the 2012-Nibiru.info website. That you guys can check out. I'm also going to provide a files section where you can download my recompiled binaries for Quake 3D and GEE. Again, sorry I haven't got those up on the site, just that I've been really sick. Today's actually the first day that I started feeling better, and I am so behind on development work for some different companies, so just wanted to let you guys know that. So I guess this is going to conclude my part 2. I'll be doing part 3 here soon. I'll get those videos up sometime today, and then if you guys want to go check those out, some pretty good informational videos there. I don't know if a lot of you have Facebook or not, but there is a Facebook website. They have a channel dedicated. It's called the Sumerians and the Anunnaki. Pretty good informational website. Lots of videos and stuff on there. See if I can pull it up here real quick to show you. Okay, here's the Facebook channel. It's actually called Planet X Nibiru and the Anunnaki. Where if you go down through here, basically a lot of people like myself will find some pretty good, intriguing videos. One good one is about the lost city of Atlantis, where where the Atlantic Ocean is right now. Well, they've got pretty good evidence that there was a massive continent that actually resided right between us in the regions of Europe, and they've found underwater lost cities. There's these huge tombs, and there's these huge pylons, and you can see roadways, and it's pretty darn interesting. These videos I'll put on my website as well, but if you guys got Facebook, you can just go there and check out some of these videos. One thing that they're finding is there's a lot of evidence that supports if you look at the cities in Japan that were basically devastated by those tsunamis. Look at the aerial photos, the before and after photos from Google, and they've got some pretty good photos where satellite photos before and after, where these just massive cities, with thousands of people living in them, and when you look at them now, there's nothing left. They're just totally leveled. You can't even really tell that there was a city there. And that was just from a 3-4 foot tsunami going over it. So if you look at the planet Earth and how old it is, you can count back the clocks. Basically what scientists are theorizing now is that if you count the clock back 3,600 years from today's date, you'll have a major event that happened. 3,600 years prior to that was another event that happened. 3,600 years prior to that was another event. It's believed that the Anunnaki, when they came to Earth, was about 400,000 years ago. So if you have a civilization that is all around the world and it gets wiped out, I mean, if you look at, just say, 500,000 years, there's going to be no evidence of that. So that's just kind of one thing to keep in mind. Anyway, this is it for part 2. I'll follow up with part 3, and check out my website like tomorrow for those videos, and check out that Facebook page too. Thanks, bye.